I'm not going to work tomorrow. My head hurts. My neck hurts. Well, just failed my first suicide attempt. I'm alive. Unfortunately. Didn't make a good enough knot, basically. So when it came down to it. But I'm alive. It wasn't very much. I should have got a longer rope, and so when it came down to it, you know. What do y'all think? Should I call the suicide hotline or no? Because when it comes down, yeah, I mean, I just pretty much attempted suicide. I mean, I passed out, but pretty much just woke up, like, because I, like, basically, the fucking, once I passed out, my body went slack, I guess, I kind of just, like, face planted into the floor and hit my head a little bit. And, yeah, I woke up, and I was like, that. But, yeah. Moral of the story is I'm alive, I guess. That's not a good thing, but here we are. I don't really know. I don't want to get institutionalized, but I kind of am at the point where it's like, I don't fucking know. I'm kind of tired of this shit. I don't really know. Technically speaking, knots do make the rope stronger. I could just do it again. Seems like twice in a row is a little excessive. Like, who the fuck goes at twice in a row? Like, 2 times the charm, you know? It's not fucking insane. Technically passed out twice because I passed out once and then, like, woke up. Pretty much. Things won't leave you brain damage. Probably a good idea, but when it comes down to it, I don't feel like breaking into the fucking safe. And I was just like, whatever. Many people die from a noose. It's like, what, like, I don't know. I'd have to look up the statistic. I don't really fucking remember. It's like not very high, but still, it's like enough people die from hanging. Like it's in the 30% or some bullshit. I'm pretty sure my best friend died from hanging. She almost died before. The only reason she didn't was because someone stopped her, walked in the room, and held her up. Appreciate the offer, whoever reached out to me, but I don't really feel like that, honestly. I don't really know, man. I don't really feel like. I don't know, man. This other suicide people in the sanctioned suicide forum. I've heard about the forum before. I know there's. I know most methods. I have access to things I could probably. Have access to things that could probably help me kill myself a lot easier, but I would have to wait for my parents to get back and then plan that a little more thoroughly. AKA meaning like copy my dad's key to the gun cabinet and then when he goes to work, basically just whoop 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 boo, unlock the gun safe and then shoot myself. But that also require some effort and planning. I've had 3 attempts and sometimes it saves me. I explore a lot. Hmm. Fuck it. I'm not give a shit, man. I'm just gonna. Yes, more age 18, blah blah blah. Drowning. See, hanging has an 89.5% success rating, I guess, but a 90% success rating. But unfortunately, I didn't tie a good enough knot in the end that secures to the ceiling. So I guess I'm part of the 10% that fucked it up. Agony, 21%. I'd say it's lower. I mean, sure, it kind of sucks having your throat get a little bit like it's tight and it hurts, when it's pressing against your windpipe, but it doesn't hurt that bad. I'm looking at a website called lostallhope.com. At this point, I don't really give a fuck. Like, what's someone gonna do? Like, ooh, he's on my side, only giving people links. Oh yeah, who gives a shit about locking me up? Everybody fucking knows the internet has a method. This website's been out for a long time. I found it when I was like 15 or some shit. But frankly, I thought it was more like a 30% success rate, but fair enough. I guess 80, 90% is pretty high. I know people have failed to hang, but school has people stop them. Anyways, I don't know, man. Before I attempted, I told myself that if I failed somehow, that I would fucking get help. But I don't fucking want to get help. I told myself in the past, the promise that I wouldn't ever try to commit suicide, that I'd institutionalize myself or talk to someone before I attempted. But I kind of said fuck that anyways. So it comes down to it, I don't fucking know. Exactly, yeah, it's like, I don't know. When I kind of woke up, I was just like, like it was like this likely one. and all the air comes in your lungs, you obviously your body has relief sensation of not dying, and because it's really screaming at you like to like you're dying, you need air. And so your body gets air and it goes like releases chemicals to be like do more of that. So you're gonna feel good. But I immediately just realized I failed and I was just like, oh. And I just kinda got on my knees and just kind of tried to pull the fucking plastic wrap that I turned into a makeshift noose off my neck. And I was like, well, okay, cool. Guess that was a failure. Next time, get more plastic wrap and I guess, or an actual rope, or maybe something else. And, to be fair, getting hit by a train has a 96% chance of, shotgun to the, I have a shot, we do have a shotgun though, why not just use the shotty? 20 gauge is enough. So, you sweat quite a bit when you're hanging, by the way. You've a sweaty lad. Chuck into the brainstem is the way, basically. It's the quickest time of death and least agony besides explosives, I guess. Well, I guess time of death for small shotgun to the chest is faster death time than a shotgun to the head. How the fuck does that work? Why? But the agony is worse for a shotgun to the chest. It also says it's less than getting. Apparently, getting shot in the chest is less painful than like choking to death. Because that didn't really feel that unpleasant, to be honest. Moral of the story is hanging yourself isn't that unpleasant, guys. At least if you're like me, I passed out and I was like, oh, you just kind of have to. I don't know. I guess just passed out and didn't really. I mean, I have tattoos, so it's not exactly like a little bit of tension on the neck's gonna do shit for shit. That's actually surprising. Yeah, it's not actually that bad of a sensation, to be honest. I mean, it wasn't even worse than getting a tattoo, not even remotely so. So, moral of the story, guys, is if you're gonna ever kill yourself, hanging has a 90% chance of success. Don't be like me, and maybe you should double knot the base. I just figured, I just kind of like pulled on the thing and like like held myself in the air for a second. I was like, yeah, that's probably pretty good. I'm not actually like gonna need to like hold myself in there. All I need to do is lean forward enough to cut off airflow, and then I'll die. So I'm like, that'd be fine. And of course, it fucking breaks. So I'm just like, okay, well, I guess I was wrong. I even tested it with my body weight beforehand, but it's just apparently, some fucking higher power doesn't give a fucking shit. Goddamn demiurge. So I'm just joking. I don't believe in God. Yeah, it doesn't even hurt that bad. It's like a 25 on the pain scale on that website. So it means like, or well, it's 26, I think. So that means like it should be like notably painful, but it wasn't really that painful. At least, I have a whole third sleeve. So obviously, tattoo gun's probably like higher, like probably like a 30 or 40 or some shit like that. I don't fucking know. I kind of just want to go to sleep now, but I also don't know what the fuck I want to do. I just took my antipsychotics a little bit ago, so I'm gonna get tired eventually. I'm already tired. I should have got more drunk earlier. Because I just am sober and I'm having a headache. You know how you cure a hang? I'm gonna probably also have a headache because I'm literally just attempted to hang myself and was depriving my brain of oxygen. That'll probably also help with a headache, but when it comes down to it, I need more alcohol. That's unfortunate, dude, that you ran out of vodka. I'm sorry to hear that. If you were here, I'd give you some of my Everclear. You know what? I called in saying I'm not gonna come into work tomorrow because I figured, hey, if I fail my attempt, so I figured, hey, I failed my attempt, so now there's a fucking mark on my fucking neck, and that hot HR lady has a bunch of fucking cut marks on her fucking hands, so she's just gonna not buy it if I'm like, hell yeah, man, just fucking ran into something, you know? So she's not gonna buy that shit. So yeah, I'm just like, I guess not going into work tomorrow. Well, not that I have to go into work tomorrow. It's not like a schedule. It's just orientation bullshit. I'm just shadowing people. I wouldn't be getting paid. So whatever. Taking the day off, and I'm gonna hate my Saturday. I don't fucking know what to do. Parents are gonna be like, "What the I don't want to be here when it happens. I'd rather be in a fucking hospital and deal with my parents." I'd rather be in a mental hospital and deal with my parents being like, "Oh my goodness, but we love you. The world is so much shit. I'm crying in front of you and bullshit. I'd rather be in a fucking hospital." Maybe I'll just go on a hunger strike with like Avi and just like stop living slowly till I just collapse and get hospitalized and my kidneys fail or some shit. Just kidding. Like a real Jane, like a Buddhist monk. You could try being in that psych place for a bit just to see how it is. Yeah, I'm pretty much at that point where I'm just like, hey man, I'm sure it's not that bad in Green Bay psych ward. My brother's been there. He said it was fun, quote unquote. I'm like, my brother also thinks fucking looking at numbers go up and down is fun. So who the fuck, who the fuck actually cares what his opinion is? Well, I don't want to deal with them tonight, so I'm gonna call that. If I do the psych ward, I'm going to do that tomorrow, and I'm gonna get a bunch of books that I want to read. I'm gonna put them in a bag with clothes that doesn't have string, so that way they won't take away my clothes. And I'm gonna big chill in the psych ward, I guess, or some shit. I don't fucking know. Maybe they'll convince me that life is worth living, even as someone who's nihilistic at this point and doesn't really give a flying fuck. So it's kind of just like, I don't know, man. I just feel numb right now. I don't feel anything. You'd think you'd feel shame or embarrassment or something after you almost die, but don't. But I just feel numb. I just feel empty. Yo, guys. Means I have to go back to wearing a coat and a scarf again. Or I can wear my I can wear my turtleneck, baby. I can wear my turtleneck tomorrow. Yo, good excuse to wear a turtleneck, baby. Ayo. Let's just watch some YouTube videos or something. I don't fucking know. Look at that. She was in. I saw a couple days ago she was going through a psychotic break, but I didn't know now she's on psych. You know, you'd think the world would be kinder to people, but when it comes down to it, this person's beautiful. Kind of looks like Jennifer Lawrence, and she has schizophrenia and is cursed with depression and suicidal ideation. So delusional thoughts.
So, a lot of you have been asking for updates post the last video that I
And
posted
what's
where I
even
said that
sadder
I
is she has a kid, if I remember right. So yeah, she literally has a kid that she brought into the world. Yup.
am in psychosis right now. And so, voila, here's the update. I am in the hospital. I'm currently in the psych ward.
Dude,
Um,
I love this lady though.
yeah,
She's a
it's
real G. I mean, I haven't watched any of her videos in a little bit, but she's a real G. She helps me understand what like schizophrenia is like, and I'm like, I probably don't have schizophrenia, but she's really interesting.
kind of sucked. And so I'm probably going to do a fuller video later on about, what exactly all transpired and what happened and whatnot, and probably with Rob's help because a lot of it is a little bit fuzzy and confusing for me. But yeah, here I am. It's actually kind of a nice psychiatric ward. I don't know if you can see, but I'll just kind
Is
of
that
pan
really
around
such a
the room
thing?
here. It's an individual room, which is something that I have not had the privilege of having more often than not when I've been in the psych unit. So that's nice. Um, the ER emergency, kind of as expected, was atrocious and traumatizing. And somehow I went in voluntary and ended up involuntary or certified. So again, more on that
Yeah,
in
exactly
a
what's
later
gonna happen
video
to
where I can
me
talk
one
more
until them
extensively
have
about it and
suicidal
kind of
ideation and
reflect on everything that's happened. But
it's like, hey,
um,
when they're voluntarily,
yeah,
oh,
I
what did
guess I
you do?
was
Why did you attempt
certified
suicide?
form
Well, let me
for a few
explain to you
days
on
and just
fucking
managed to get that lifted
involuntary
with my
Captain.
psychiatrist. But the plan is still to be here for another few days at the very least. It's Friday, so over the weekend, and we'll see where we're at on Monday or Wednesday or that kind of thing. Um, I think, I kind of talked about this in.
Yeah, exactly. Oh no, fuck that. Basically, that's what I'm kind of like. I'm like, I don't want to get held long term though. I mean, they're gonna start talking to me, and I don't really feel like lying at this point. I honestly don't. Like, if people want to know what I am, I don't give a flying fuck. Like, sure, he, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why I fucking want to commit suicide, you motherfuckers. Just because there's nothing in this world of value, and I'm literally just danger to myself and the ideologies I believe in and everything. I'm just a fucking mess of a human being. And frankly, I'm in too much pain. My best friend's fucking dead, and yeah, like fuck this shit. So when it comes down to it, yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. That probably just would be like, oh, well, goodbye, get locked the fuck up. But at the same time, I don't want to really be there like forever. I'd rather not. They have like ways to prevent you from killing yourself. I'd rather not have that happen. At the same time, I guess I could convince people of promortalism. It would be the worst thing in the world, guys. I can convince crazy people of promortalism and doctors. I can convince doctors of promortalism. Make a little Hannibal Lecter army. It's not even funny because I feel nothing, but I thought it would be more funny to myself. It felt like it would be funny for a moment, and then I said it, and I was like, it's not funny. I don't fucking know, man. I'm gonna take a shower here in a little bit, I think. Yeah, I appreciate you guys being real G's and consoling me, you know, like Mr. Philosophy, like Lady Philosophy, but like, homies.
in the last video, where something that's been particularly challenging about this experience has been the kind of floating in and out of having insight into what's going on and being able to understand that I'm not able to trust my brain the way it's functioning right now. And so that has been really, really kind of difficult. And in some ways, I almost wish that there was that kind of blissful ignorance of just being completely lost to psychosis. Granted, that's much more difficult to deal with after getting out of psychosis, and I would imagine that's more difficult on loved ones and people around me. So I guess I don't wish for that. And I am grateful that there has been a level of insight. Um, I think also just talking about this stuff for a living on this YouTube channel and whatnot has helped me to be better equipped to talk about what I'm experiencing and accessing help through that language and knowledge that I have. It's been beneficial in terms of allowing me to be more effective in advocating for myself getting care. And so, what do I want to convey with this video? I guess first and foremost, I'm filming from the inside of a psych ward, trying to normalize that. It's okay if you need help in this way. If you're unable to manage your mental health on your own, in the community, at home, or whatever, it's okay to need the added supports that a hospital can give you, or to just be kept safe in a hospital. It's okay. It's much like any other disease. I know you hear this all the time, that if you break your leg, you wouldn't just try to tough it out at home. You'd go to the hospital and get help for it. And so it's much the same. It's okay to get help from the hospital. That said, small caveat, it can be incredibly traumatizing, the whole experience and the way the system is set up. And this was a traumatizing experience. Luckily, I'm grateful that it was probably the least traumatizing experience I've had, because I did approach it from like a voluntary and kind of willing perspective of wanting to get the help and having a good idea of how to communicate about what I was experiencing, and that level of insight as well that I was talking about that was helpful. I'm lost. I don't know what I was saying. Right. It can be traumatizing. And so there's a level of needing to kind of expect that, especially the experience in the emergency room department, because the reality is they're just not geared toward offering good mental health support there. And so it's kind of this horrible little phase you have to go through in order to get the help that hopefully will actually be helpful at the hospital in the actual psychiatric ward or unit. So that's kind of an update on where things are at with me. I want to say a big thank you to everyone who watched the I'm in psychosis video and sent really, really kind things and messages.
I didn't watch it. I was just like,
Thoughts
oh,
my way. I
interesting.
really
I was like, when did you know I'm in psychosis, honestly? But just kidding. I was a little bit an asshole. But yeah, I basically thought that as a joke. But ha ha ha. We're in the same boat, yeah, man. I can imagine. It's hard to deal with the stuff you have going on as well. Basically, we're just lost aimlessly trying to survive and bullshit. Yeah, man. I don't even know why I'm trying to survive at this point. I mean, I literally just tried to kill myself, and I literally thought once I got up in the news, I was like, right once I got off the ground and saw the noose was like still around my neck, but not attached to the fucking pull a bar anymore. I was just like, well, fuck. Guess I got. I mean, basically, one, I basically threw up because I was gagging myself, so I threw up right away. And then after that, I basically was like, what do I do? Do I just fucking tie this bitch up there again twice, double it, or like what? But no, here we are. I just said, hey, I made a promise myself before I did this that if I fucked up, that I'd seek help. And I told myself long ago that for years that I'd live till 25 at a minimum, and that if I got too suicidal, I'd try to seek help, and I didn't do that. And well, here we are, I guess. Promise didn't matter, I guess, because I'm gonna seek help anyways. Apparently, whatever. Hey man, I'm a psychopath. What can you say? I break promises. It's just how it be. I need to smoke. And I'm gonna finish the rest of this and get myself a top off. Why be a negative Nancy Brant? You are being not a positive lad right now, and no one appreciates that. I mean, it's real, but like, if you're gonna check into the hospital, you're gonna check into the hospital. If you're not gonna check into the hospital, you're not gonna check into the hospital. You're gonna do it tomorrow either way and not tonight, so just stop being a bitch about it. Known to keep these promises or hold yourself to such high standards. That's exactly why I basically said, fuck it, I'm gonna kill myself. Because I was basically just like, well, why do I keep myself to this high of a standard? I don't care about other people. Like, I don't disown all my friends because of this and shit. Like, why am I keeping myself to such a high standard if I don't even keep other people in my life to such a high standard? And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I basically just off try to attempt to off myself. But hey, but yeah, it's just kind of like who needs to keep these promises or hold yourself to such a high standard, and it's kind of like, yeah, man, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I just have high standards for myself because I don't know. I feel superior to people, and so if I feel superior to people, I should at least try to be superior to people. But I am like just attempted to kill myself. So why? I mean, hey, it's a good attempt. We'll get him next time. Yeah, get him next time. That's a funny meme. But yeah, we'll get him next time. I don't know, it's probably gonna be like third time's a charm or some bullshit like Shmira took her a couple times. I mean, to be fair, it took her like, yeah, I guess it was she tried it twice in last year, and I guess it's be the third time. Yeah, third time's a charm, baby. So maybe we'll get him next time, or we'll get him the third time. Either way, we'll get him eventually. Hey man, maybe they'll legalize euthanasia, or I can just like go to Canada. Should create like a GoFundMe to be like, bring me to Canada, or like maybe there's some states where they legalize euthanasia for mentally ill people. Maybe that'd be interesting. Find that out. Look into it. I don't think so, but Canada they do. You got some balls, man. Thanks, I appreciate it. I mean, when I drink, I typically get a little bit more ballsy than when I drink. I typically get more ballsy than usual. So I was feeling ballsy today. Plus, I kind of fucking Jeff and his goddamn Kirby fucking theme song basically drove me to madness. Fucking Kirby theme song basically made me almost blow, hang myself. Well, I technically did hang myself, but I didn't succeed. So I mean, hey, Kirby song, fuck you. You're such a shitty fucking theme song. You like broke my remaining will to live. Moral of the story is, oh my god, fuck that goddamn cheer. I'm not gonna sing it. I will not sell your goddamn vacuums. I mean, I might sell the vacuums, but I'm not gonna do your goddamn cheer. Fuck yeah. That's a powerful song. Yeah, man. Yo, it was just the energy of the room. It was so upbeat. It just drained all of it out of me. It's like they were like, how like those like energy vampires. It's like they're all a bunch of energy vampires, just like, it's just like, just re. So yeah, moral of the story is, Christ, that song, fucking, just the prospect of having to sing that 5 days a week and potentially, no, I mean, dude, I've been at orientation for like a minimum of like 15 hours, man, and it's unpaid. I'm not getting paid for this orientation, guys. 15 hours. I haven't got paid. I haven't got paid. I'm gonna get paid for this. Uh, yeah, it's hell. You're in hell. Everything is hell, bro. I'm getting not paid, and I'm listening to pointless songs, and yeah, fuck this, man. To be fair, Kirby vacuums are pretty dope, guys. I mean, Kirby vacuums are dope. They look cool. They have like a fucking inflator and deflator. They got like fucking suds thing. Why not use their life to spread antinatalism and nephilism? Because we're not gonna really spread it, man. When it comes down to it, Benatar can do that shit. Antinatalists can do that shit. Ephilism, frankly, it's not going to catch on. People don't buy into that. It's too depressing. And there is no aughts, basically. So why even? Why? I mean, sure. Why not do that? But why else? And why not kill myself? It's like I'd rather kill myself than spend my life for another 20, 40 years miserable. So it's just kind of like there's no ought, so it's basically like, why not? Like as you said, why not? Why not use your life to spread antagonism? Why not use my life to put a bullet in my head or become a serial killer and help other people exit this pathetic and shitty plane? There's plenty of why nots. But the real question is, why not do what I desire the most, which is just to fucking stop suffering and do the pro mortalist thing that I want to do. But I appreciate the concern. I appreciate the concern. It is welcome, but yeah, I'm gonna go hug my cat, and I'm gonna go and smoke in that order, and I'm gonna bring my computer back, and I'm gonna sit next to Marco and be big chill. How's it going, Marco? You don't have to deal with fucking stress, bro. Besides your random anxiety that you have because you're a shelter cat. If I would have succeeded, they probably would have just threw you up for adoption, and then you would have got put down. It would have been better for you. But Marco is the best. He's a therapy cat. Man's real G watched me hang and was just like big chillin' because he has no clue what a fucking concept of hanging is. Didn't want to ruin his now either because he was big chillin'. Yes, you were. Probably cut you down, the little rat. Yeah, fuck him. He probably saved me, little fucker. Generally, why though? Why does the world just fucking hate me? I mean, I hate other people a lot fucking worse, but still, why does the world hate me? E- Ironically, the George Carlin skit motivated me to attempt my life. He was just like, "Yeah, man, people make excuses for everything." And they're like, "Ah," and I'm like, you know what? He's kind of right though. George Carlin's a real G, convincing folks out here to give it a shot, give it a go. Even if you fail, at least you gave it a shot, you know. Gotta look at the positive side, guys. Even if you fail, you give it a shot. Like, fuck it, why not, you know? Yeah, you know what? Fuck it, we're making mashed potato. Can't believe he didn't commit. Talking about George Carlin or me? I can't believe I didn't commit to it, or are you saying like you can't believe that George Carlin didn't commit suicide? Either way, based. I really don't want to actually make fucking potatoes, man. Frankly, I can't be arsed to make fucking potatoes. Well, microwaving it probably wouldn't be that bad. No, I don't want to fucking do that. We need to manufacture a purpose for our suffering. I don't know about that, man. There's no way you can manufacture a purpose in this world. It's all artificial purposes. It's all artificial. There's no real value besides pain and pleasure, but you don't even really have any way of knowing what's going to cause pain or what's going to cause pleasure, and it's just fucking useless. Everything's kind of fucking useless. Ah, it's hilarious. Do you have any salsa in this fucking bitch of a house? I would love to have salsa right now. Ragu. Fuck ragu. Why do we have so much fucking pasta sauce? We're just gonna make like a bazillion things of spaghetti. We don't have that much spaghetti noodles, but we have so much fucking pasta sauce. There must have been a sale. My dad has like a fucking addiction to buying things that are on sale. He doesn't know why. He just buys things that are on sale. It's it's just like, oh my god, you buy 10, you get one free. I'll never use these, but sure, it's what a steal. It's just like, fuck me. I'm hungry, but I don't know what to eat. I don't want to eat anything. Kind of just want to go out to eat. You know what, guys? Let's see how much battery I have in my fucking. Hmm. No, I'd probably get pulled over if I drove because I might be a little bit too fucked up to drive. And I don't want to risk hurting someone or getting in an accident and then getting a ticket because I'm already kind of in debt. But I really do want Taco Bell. And I would really use a bean burrito. And then I have vegan cheese, so I could just do that. But at the same time, no. Hey, do we have any like cereal or anything? I don't fucking know, man. You know what? I don't really care. Can't just Uber eat something. I could Uber eat something, but that would be really expensive, and I'd rather just be disciplined and not eat anything at all. So, especially given that I'm kind of behind my credit card bill. So, no need to fuck the banks over. especially given the fact that I'm probably gonna get my bank account fucked real hard once I go into the psych ward. If I do go to the psych ward, I don't fucking know, man. I'll think about it. I don't want to talk myself out of it because I feel like I'm too much of a like person to like be like, no, don't do it. Don't, Misha, don't want to go to psych ward. Don't go. You know, like I give you $15, bro. You can use that for food. Fair enough. I respect it. Hmm. Let's see what is open at this time of night. Hmm. Saturdays. I'm gonna call Quick Trip again. I'm gonna call Quick Trip. Calling Quick Trip before you call the suicide hotline. Truly the most based thing Wisconsinite can do. One more ring. For Allah. Allah has failed me. Anyways, screw that. I guess we're not going to Quick Trip. We are going to. Let's think of what's open this time of night. Um. Fuck it. We're driving to T-Bell, guys. We're going to T-Bell. Um. I'm just gonna drive very carefully. I'm aware that I'm intoxicated, but I'm just gonna drive exactly the speed limit with my cruise control on, which has lane control, because it's one of those cars that drive all the way for you. And it's literally 2 minutes away. It's like literally like, or I could be responsible and not do that. No, I'm just kidding. I could be a bad person though, and try to risk that. Nah, that's a good way to get my bank account fucked. Yes, Branch, but you want T-Bell, but you also don't give a fuck. Yes, but okay. You know what? We're just going to you know what? I'm eating an apple. I'm eating an apple. I'm eating an apple. Identity nihilism, baby. You just constantly changing your mind in like the most bizarre bipolar fashion. Just like we're going, baby, and then it's just like, nah, fuck it, we're not going. That would be irresponsible and not very cash money. He's arguing with himself. Well, pretty good apple, not gonna lie. I understand why Eve did what she did. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do for the apple, man. Relax, my dude. I'm gonna jump on the shit. Once upon a time, there was a lad named Chad who was very rad. He hung out with a bunch of boys, and his best friend was named Brad. Brad hung with Chad because Chad was sad. Just kidding. We're just gonna keep rhyming things of Chad. I'm just kidding. We're not. We're done. We're done. I'm not gonna make a story. Let's see. I got you. We're gonna do the best bedtime story you ever damn heard. You ever damn heard in your entire life. You're invested in sad Brad Chad. No, I'm sorry. I give up on sad Brad Chad. You're gonna hear the tale of Street Lamp Lamoose.
Welcome to another episode of Legendary Reddit Stories. So my wife just agreed to name our unborn son Street Lamp Lamoose.
Street Lamp Lamoose.
It works for both a girl and a boy. That's double the goodness of your ordinary name. Imagine this. Your son, Street Lamp Lamoose, classy mother ducker. He turns 5, starts going to preschool. The first day, his teacher is doing roll call and gets to his name. She looks up, creases her brow and reads again. Sure that she made a mistake. Street Lamp? She says, her brow still furrowed, looking around at the collection of eager kids cross-legged at her feet. Enter Mr. Street Lamp. Is he wearing a Sesame Street shirt? No, he's wearing a shirt. Tied too. He looks at the teacher and says, yes miss, semicolon classy. The whole class is looking at him now, admiring his fashion sense, his awesome name, his doubly good name. The rest of them, their name is only good for a girl or a boy, but for both, this kid surely must be a god. Oh my, Mr. Street Lamp, the teacher will say, you sure have a unique name. I'm a unique guy, he'll reply, turning to the cutie decked out in her floral dress next to him and shooting her a wink. Fade to black. 3rd grade. Street Lamp starts making ripples through his primary school. People have a problem? Street lamp will sort them. Lost a ball? Street lamp has got your back. Skip rope gone missing? Street lamp got you. He's earning the admiration and respect of those in the years above him. And soon enough, he's becoming this local legend. Street lamp, the man that gets things done, is unique. Amazing name has pushed him to be a unique, amazing gentleman. Kind-hearted, check. Brave, check. Athletic, check. Intelligent, you betcha. His reputation precedes him. The kids graduating that year are going to go to their middle schools, and the legend of Street Lamp Lamoose will spread further. The kid that's unstoppable. The classy mother ducker that does what's right, and does it well. 7th grade, time to start
This is
middle
actually
school.
30 minutes
Hormones
long.
start to kick in.
So if you really actually want to watch the rest, let's just say spoiler alert, he becomes, yeah, and basically Street Lamp. The name Street Lamp gets you far in life. Let's just say that. So spoiler alert, it gets you far in life, but it's a really good story. It's just funny. It's like, haha, that's funny, haha, Street Lamp, lol. But at the same time, we're not gonna watch the rest of it. We're just gonna meditate, meditate with me, soft apple core. Just think about what it would be like to swing. Just kidding. No. Brand, I'm drifting in and out of consciousness. Are you on a rope, or are you just like, on a bed or a couch or something? If you're on a rope, it's pretty metal if you're just typing away at it at the same time. Pretty hardcore. I'm gonna have nightmares about street lamps. Yo, based in street linen. Yeah, man. You gonna play Nier Automata, my dude? Because if you are gonna play Nier Automata, you're gonna love that game. No, I just about to pass out from exhaustion. I do sometimes practice with my 12 gauge in my mouth. Fair enough. Fair enough. Based. I have 20 gauge. Ew. 12 gauges have more firepower, so respect. It's download right now. Fuck yeah. That's awesome. To the 2 other people that are watching, well, 1 other person is watching because, as I said that, I guess 1 person dipped out exactly then. What's bomping, G Dizzle? How's it hanging? Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. How's it hanging? Get it? Because I just try to hang myself. Lol. It's funny because I'm still alive. I have a dark humor if you got that. If you haven't figured that out, I'm all about dark humor. I would be so embarrassed of thinking of hanging. Like, I mean, surprisingly, it was just kind of like tripping balls, you know, and you just kind of come out of a trip and you're like, oh, I'm back in consciousness, I guess. It was kind of like that. I mean, I was like, it was kind of like an impulsive thing. So, I mean, I was kind of like, I thought like the chance for hang success was around like 30% or something like that, not 90. So I was like, fuck it. A 1 in 3 chance is fine with me. I'll take the risk. And so I didn't even tie it that great, obviously. So, but I figured due to the fact that plastic stretches a little bit, and I'm just trying to like pass out basically, and then die from not like snapping my neck, but from my throat being closed off, that it would be enough to hold from just like plastic tensing up and stretching together. But no, it basically was enough for me to apparently literally hold my body weight up for a second or two. But you know, enough for me to basically have. I can hold my breath for 2 minutes straight, guys. So basically, I don't know how long I was passed out for, but I can hold my breath without passing out for about like 2 minutes. So purposely, if I inhale enough, I didn't inhale or anything like when I was like trying to pass out. I was just like big chilling, I guess, thinking about how if there's an afterlife or hell, I hope I would be a Shamir at least. But hey, I guess we're not. We're just here in this hell. But it is what it is. It is what it is. I don't know, man. Given the fact there's no free will and, you know, identity nihilism, there's no reason to really be embarrassed, bro. That's kind of how I look at it. The way I looked at it is like, I was just like, why would I impose upon myself another 24 hours, basically? Like, going to work tomorrow, just to shadow that bullshit. It's like, I know I'm gonna hate it. It's just like, fuck it. I'm not gonna impose another 12 hours on future variants of myself. Like, that's not worth it for them. And so it basically was just like, no, goodbye. It was kind of an impulsive thing, but when it comes down to it, that's kind of the nature of psychopaths, aren't they? It's impulsivity. It's part of the diagnosis. We love to do impulsive things, especially under the i- influence of psychedelics or other hard drugs. We're quite a fan of that. Ayo, aren't we? Which is why I got fucked. I was like, I got fucked up before I did that. I was just like, you know what? I'm feeling suicidal as shit. Let's get even more suicidal as shit and just go crazy. Let's go ham. It's basically just psychopathy 101, baby. So, surprisingly, there is a link between psychopathy and depression because when you're aware of your psychopathy and you're lonely and feel isolated mentally, it does lead to suicidality. I have no clue if I'm an actual psychopath or not, but I frankly don't even care. It doesn't matter. Either way, I have homicidal ideation and I'm a crazy bitch, so who really cares what I am? Forewarning, would you start playing Nier Automata, you're not going to want to stop playing. you're gonna play nonstop, like, for hours, man. There's a part A, part B, and a part C ending. So once you complete part A, you'll play part B. Once you beat part B, there's part C. I kind of want to talk. I want to listen to some Reed McLeod. I like Reed McLeod's content. He's one of the few living ethicists that make content rather often. His conspiracy shit's kind of annoying because I'm like, I don't really care about, your conspiracy nonsense. But most of his videos are pretty interesting.
Video. And thinking about this quote that's been in my mind for a while I was listening to an old Amendment video. And if you're not able, it's not an Amendment quote, but I was thinking about it while watching it. If you're not able to argue for both sides of the debate, then shut up.
Yes, doomer content. Definitely what I need in my life.
Effectively, if you're going to participate in the debate. And forcing this is the end of the quote. This is like forcing yourself to be honest, intelligent, and logical and rational, and putting yourself in the position of the natalist and the pro-lifer. It's quite the challenge when you're when you try to empathize or sympathize with the opposition, and trying to trying to empathize or sympathize with the natalists or the pro-lifers and see it from their point of view. A lot of you probably, a lot of my viewers and listeners probably, a good portion maybe, didn't start out anti-life, didn't start out as an ethicist or a natalist. Maybe a lot of you, I don't know the numbers, the fractions, the ratio, but trying to argue effectively, intelligently, rationally, logically, and honestly for the other side. Why should we continue to have kids? Why is it morally acceptable to have kids without using any logical fallacies, without bringing in nihilism or moral nihilism, with saying that there is no objective morality, saying there's no objective morality is moral nihilism. So I kind of don't really understand how to argue for the other side, but it's a thought experiment. I'm not saying that I changed my mind. I'm just saying, I am saying that it would help strengthen the argument of the ethicist, pro-mortalist, and anti-natalist positions if we're as uncomfortable as it seems to put ourselves in the player two position. There's player one side, player two side. Put yourself, for the thought experiment, in the position of player two. And it seems as though there's a gigantic, incomprehensible intellectual handicap on the side of the pro-lifers. And it almost doesn't even seem fair that this is what we're up against. Because although we have our side, the ethicist, anti-life, pro-mortalist argument side, our side has truth and logic, objective morality and ethics and compassion and empathy and all those traits on our side. Even though those attributes on our side, we have a minority of people who are advocating and talking about this publicly, who are figureheads such as Sam Harris, but we have David Benatar, but we're not on the our ideas are not on Joe Rogan, we're not on Fox News, we're not on CNN. But you see the opposite player two side, the pro-lifers, they are a bunch of animals, but they have a majority. So they have numbers, but no brains, while our side has brains, but we're the minority of minorities of philosophical pools. And so it does no good trying to have debates or conversations or arguments with these pro-lifers because they don't have minds that are able to be changed. There's another quote. I think it's not Aldous. It could be possibly Aldous Huxley or somebody else. They cannot be conscious until they rebel, and they cannot rebel until they're conscious, which is kind of like this whole fucking paradox. But it's kind of the thing with Lucifer. The first virtue is rebellion. The first virtue is resistance to tyranny. And it's they will not be conscious until they rebel, and they will not rebel unless they're conscious. They will not rebel unless they're conscious, and they're not conscious until they rebel. It's what the fuck do you do with that? And then there's the whole futility thing and no free will. So either you're born genetically determined to be on this camp or this camp. And then there's the fucking weirdos who are the non-dual people who are in the middle, who are pretty much neutral intellectual cowards. That's what the non-dual thing is. There's the pro-lifers, you know, who want to keep having kids like animals. There's the ethalists and pro-mortalists who say this is futile, we're going to die. And then there's these people who are like the centrists, the philosophical centrists, who are non-dual, who are outside, who can probably see both sides, you know, and say, okay, wait, they're saying that life is an imposition. They're saying life is a gift. They're saying that all suffering can be prevented by preventing birth, like Buddha. They're saying that life is suffering, like Buddha said. These people are saying life is a gift and you have to go on and endure, and suffering builds character. And they're in the middle, just being non-dual, saying that you don't really exist. Oh, well, if you don't really exist, I don't really exist. Why am I recording this video and talking to you? Why are you recording this video for someone who doesn't exist, girl? Like they'll sit there in front of the camera and say, you don't really exist. So, well, then why did you go out to that fucking field of grass, set up a camera on a tripod, and talk to the camera saying, you don't really exist? What's the point of that? Those people in the non-dual space are able to look at both sides of this fucking moral philosophical dilemma and be our arbiters, saying, hey, these guys have a point. But they just want to fucking, they're just like, they're actually more on this team. They're just using a different dialect and different fucking language, saying we're non-dual. They're just addicts though, because a lot of them just keep having kids and just keep saying that the pleasures are worth it and desire is good. And the manifestation crowd, like, just keep chasing desire, just keep chasing it, chase the dragon, desire is worth it. And it's like, we're already here. Okay, we're already here, but why make more? Why make more heroin addicts? Why make more rape victims? Why make more Texas Chainsaw Massacre films? Why make more Texas Chainsaw Massacre rapes? We're already here. We can do the best we can, you know, with what we're able to do. But these people are literally brainless animals. These people think they're enlightened because they're non-dually awakened. And we're sitting here as the ethalists, antinatalists, and pro-mortalists saying we're completely fucked. These two groups are going to keep bringing us back here when we don't want to, but we can't give our consent or non-consent because they're not able to ask us before we're born. You see the fucking problem? Anyway, but yeah, putting yourself in the mind space of these two, they clearly don't fucking give a fuck about us because they don't even acknowledge that our point of view exists. But we're able over here to think about these points of view, and it's like, they're just addicts. I mean, it's like they think we're just a bunch of depressed fucking idiots, or like Downy Debbers or Downy Donnas. It's like, well, like we're not even getting the pleasure that you guys are getting over there, and a lot of us are suffering to different degrees, and you're not even willing to concede that our point is more compassionate or like preventing the sorrow and preventing the pain. You wouldn't want to be on our camp, but we can't be over there because we're not desired because of our genetic determinism. But we're paying the price. The suffering's over here, so you guys can have your fucking cupcakes and fucking casino royales. So like, for your happiness to exist, we have to be over here. So it's like, that's the whole non-dual thing. Non-dual, it's like they're having fun with their fucking sex and fucking fast cars while we're over here living it like, and I have it fucking good, relatively, because it can keep going down. I'm not saying that my suffering is the best. It's not supposed to be a dick measuring contest, you know, but I'm saying that like, this non-dual thing, these non-dual people still are enjoying things. And they're still saying that, oh, nothing really exists. You don't really exist. I don't really exist. It's like someone made the fucking phone and camera. And then it's like, you didn't, it's like, you know what I mean? And then do you want to be fucking like just insane? And it's like the cyclical nature of time and the sepaternal nature. It's like infinity and eternity. It's just going in a straight line forever. But sepaternal is just a fucking flat circle. Time is a flat circle, you know? And it's like, I don't, it's a loop. And it's like, I kind of don't want to fucking be, you know what I mean? It's like, if I'm on this fucking, if I ever get to be on the pleasure side, that means I'm going to have to fucking be an asshole to the fucking ethalists who fucking are talking about logic. And then I'm going to have cognitive dissonance and hate myself, even though I have pleasure over here. If I'm on the ethalist side, it's like, well, I'm not really getting the pleasure I want because crystal meth is illegal and I'm not getting hugging kisses. And if I'm over in these non-dual kid camp, then it's like, that's pretty much cognitive dissonance. You know what I mean? It's like, this is not acceptable. All three parties, you know what I mean? The fucking pro-lifers, the non-dual, awakened, fucking, illuminated spiritual fucking, new age kids. And there's the fucking SJW fucking scum over there. And then there's fucking us who are the fucking punks and the monks saying, just don't put more firewood on that. Life is suffering. Just let the fire go down and there'll be no more suffering. And these people are like just fucking heroin addicts. And because of them, these groups, we keep being brought into this. And it's like, it pisses me the fuck off. Because it's like, we can, yeah, if you hate yourself, if you hate life, you hate existence, just kill yourself. Yeah, we will kill ourselves, but you don't want to give us the right to a dignified death. Oh, do whatever fucking you don't care. Just kill yourself. It's like, yeah, we can kill ourselves individually, but because of your fucking debauchery and hedonism and not caring about the future, you keep making more of us show up here against our will. Not our problem. And it's like, we don't have like, you know what I mean? It's like, and then these non-dual people, they don't even acknowledge us over here. These people, it's going to come to violence. And it's like, violence is like, the only thing people respect is violence because it's like, oh, please, I didn't know, have mercy. It's like, we're past the point of mercy. We've been asking for mercy the whole fucking time. Just stop having kids and then we'll be fine. Just enjoy your fucking heroin until there's no more, but stop making more. That would be the mercy. But it's like, you know what I mean? You see how it's all, you know what I mean? It's like, is this fucking worth it? Imagine if that was just fucking heroin or fucking PCP. You know what I mean? It's like, that's fucking it. You know what I mean? It's just like, we're at the mercy of them and they're not having mercy on us. But then when the tables turn and people on the ethicist side, and it's like, I'm not even advocating for it, but eventually, you know what I mean? It's logical. Just to follow the conclusion. It's like the Mad Max, The Road with Viggo Mortensen and the Book of Eli, all these.
How much power is on my phone? 22%. How's it going, Marco? I don't know when I'm going to be able to use my red light again, so may as well use that. What books do I want to bring to the psych ward? My brother just got home. I feel like oh shit. I've been meaning to read some of these bad boys. May as well bring them into the ward, you know. Fuck it, why not? We're bringing these bad boys. So of course we're gonna bring, because I haven't read it yet, David Benatar's Never to Have Been, Better to Have Been. Because Better Never to Have Been, it's on a bucket list to read, I guess. And given that, I may as well read. It. We got this thick boy, Paradise Kiss. It's a romance novel, 20th anniversary edition. Haven't read it, but I have a thing for romance manga. So I'm gonna read that eventually. It's a guilty pleasure. I like romance novels. Dream of the Celt, summer 1916, blah, blah, blah. Humanitarian worker goes to his prison. British Empire basically has control over this area, and he's basically watching it. It's a bunch of really horrible, brutal stuff. basically, it's an interesting book, potentially. I should probably read it, so I'm going to bring it with. But it's going to be the last on the list. I'm not going to read that first and foremost. We have this giant, thick motherfucker. Dororo Omnibus Edition. It's just a massive collection of different books all mashed together. And so I'm like, why not? I'm going to read that. We have the Kurogagi Corpse Delivery Service Omnibus Edition. It's just multiple 3 books put together about the Corpse Delivery Service, I guess. It's pretty cool. It has like body parts and random shit on the side. I don't fucking know. Haruto Ryo, which is it's called Ibusu. It's like some horror thing, like some ghost chick and whatever. Some nips going on that page. Oh whoa. So I guess there's that, and then there's the most brilliant book I probably own. No Longer Human, Junjo Ito. Look at this thick motherfucker. This bad boy, I'm gonna read that in the psych ward. Fucking man. I'm gonna bring my D&D stuff if I can. I'm gonna see if I can bring my D&D stuff, and if I can't bring my D&D stuff, I'll like leave it in my car or something, I guess. Be like, yo, what can I bring here? Let's see. So one intellectual book for when I feel like being big brain, and a bunch of fun books that I've never gotten around to read that are on my bucket list. I have a bunch more on my bucket list, like Sandman, which I own, and Lucifer, which I own. But fuck it, we're gonna do these ones for now. To the people watching, besides Soft Apple, who might be asleep at this point, what's poppin'? How's it going? What y'all doing, Big Kane here? Ha 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 ha. Two people just were like, oh, he can see us. I'm like, yeah, of course I can see you. To the one person remaining who's watching, I guess. How do you do? Because I imagine Apple was asleep, but on stream. I don't know if you can hear me, but how's it going to the one person who's viewing me besides Apple? Because I think Apple's asleep. Alright, so now I want to talk a little bit about the Supreme Court decision, which is very, very surprising. Basically, how's it going, Forrest Gilly? I definitely need help because I basically attempted to hang myself 2 hours ago. Well, I guess an hour and 50 minutes or something like that ago. Guess 2 hours ago, yeah. It's going well. That's awesome. Glad to hear it. I mean, I'm neutral on hearing it because I'm me, but glad to hear it. You an antinatalist, or how did you stumble across my channel? I imagine you just went to the live search bar. Life's up and down roller coaster. It's mainly just downs, my dude. I'm afraid. If you look at the pleasures pleasures are basically just relief from suffering, and everything basically sucks. It's not really there's not really good here. Stick it through. I don't really have much reason to stick it through, man. I'll stick it through only because I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what else to do. But I was tempted to kill myself a little bit ago, but failed, I guess. Probably could attempt it again. Probably would succeed now I know why I failed. It wouldn't be that difficult. My brother's home, and I kind of would want to have him out of the house. He's still awake. When it comes down to it, I'm just gonna check into a mental asylum tomorrow, institution or whatever you want to call it. Yeah. It's not a sign that my life is worth living. It's just a sign that I was drunk and wasn't thinking and that I should make the knot a little tighter. But otherwise I would be dead right now. I told myself that if I failed, I would seek help. And I failed. So I guess I'm gonna seek help. It's not a sign that I should keep on living it, that like life is worth living. It's just a sign that I'm bad at doing everything in life. Can't even kill myself properly. So I may as well. There we go. Copyright claim on the last video I made earlier. Good. Hey, I just hope you have a nice night, bro. Look into Undead Chronic. What the hell is Undead Chronic? Is it like a band? Oh, I'm not gonna watch any Red Pillar, bro. I'm sorry. Frankly, when it comes down to Red Pillars or Silly Billy's waste of space on this earth, probably should be like me and find themselves a noose. No offense. But they're not doing anybody any favors. So a green pillar, he's a Green Party member. Oh, cool. It's pretty based, I guess, but I don't know if he's gonna change my mind on much of anything. I'll give him a look, I guess. Yeah, you stay strong too as well, my dude. Undead Chronic. I'll take a gander at some point. Maybe. I guess I have plenty of time in the ward. Peace, brother. YouTube has recommended me to you randomly. Oh, straight up. Glad to hear it. Don't know why YouTube recommended you. Sorry, me to you, but I'm glad that you found my content. Officially out. Peace. Take care, comrade. 13% power on my laptop. 13% power means about 5 minutes, y'all. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, after this, I'm taking a shower. I'm playing. Might go on Discord because Discord works in the PlayStation. I don't know. Basically, same name, antisocial leftist, just no dash. It's just antisocial, all one word. The leftist. I guess. Yeah. Probably will do that in a little bit, I guess, once the battery dies on here. How do you do, whoever's watching, I guess. 2 people. Now let's go in. $16 minutes remaining. Okay. Well, I don't care. Stream's over, I guess. I'm gonna go and take a shower and go to sleep. Take care.